Good evening. So, Jason Guyman here with PressureWashHelp.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about starting a new business in 2020, or we're going to take our business to the next level. So, if we did 20,000 this past year, this year we're going to do 50,000 this year, or whatever our goal is. So, this video is going to be all about what we need to do to start, to grow, and to be successful as a pressure washing business. And I understand if you all have questions, please ask them down here while I'm talking, whether it's about equipment or whatever your needs are. But ask them down here and I will get to them as soon as I get done talking about how to get your business to the next level. So I was going through some pictures today, and reason why is I have a competitor. He reached out to me. He was a competitor of mine. He's probably one of the second largest competitors in Northern Kentucky around here in my area right now. His name is Benjamin with Pro Wash, and he had posted, if you were in any of the Facebook groups, of some of the largest houses he did. And when he posted one of the pictures, I was like, you know what? I cleaned that house 5 years ago. And it was 2014, and we had did a roof cleaning, house washing, and a concrete cleaning and everything. This was a $1,900 job that we did, and it took us about 6 hours. So $1,900 in 6 hours. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you about. Can we make a decent living doing pressure washing? Absolutely, 100%. And the best time to start your pressure washing business is going to be right now. Make 2020, make it your deal. Make it, you got to start somewhere and make it your thing. So there's some things that you need to do to be able to start your pressure washing business. If you're starting out, you need to come up with a name. You can name it whatever you want to name it, but don't try to be Bob's Pressure Washing, because if you ever decide to sell your business, you will be stuck. It's going to be harder to sell Bob's Pressure Washing versus a company. And so what I always tell people is try to think of names that you can do it. Now, when you're trying to find a name, we want to make sure that that name's not going to be hard to, Pro Wash. There's 100 Pro Washes out there. Are you going to be able to get number one on Pro Wash? Absolutely not. You might be able to get number one on Pro Wash in your area, but you're not going to be able to get it in other areas. So we want to build our assets so that way we can grow with our business. And if you're already at this stage and you're ready to go to the next level, then we need to, you need to make sure that right now is a great time to make sure our maps are good, make sure we're optimizing our maps, make sure we're posting in our Google My Business, make sure we're posting on Facebook, make sure we're communicating on Facebook of, hey, the school's out this week. Oh, okay, blah. So you get your name out there in all these different groups. And this is a great time to do that. And so when I was thinking about how I got that house wash that I was telling you about, how we had gotten that house. So I've always said that EDDM is, it's okay. Well, that was one house that we got through EDDM, which is every door direct mailing. And basically what you do is you can go to the post office and you can send how many ever's in that route, and you put them all in there, and they will send all those to those same houses. And that's how we were able to get that $1,900 customer. So that is a way that we can grow. But now EDDM, I didn't have much luck with it, so I don't always suggest it. So to be able to get to the next level, I always said that, I had mentors when I started my business, and I had mentors to grow my business. What I always tell people is whoever gets you to 100,000 is probably not going to get you to 500,000. And whoever gets you to 500,000 is probably not going to get you to $1 million. And you say, you can do $1 million in pressure washing? Absolutely you can. And you can do $100,000 in pressure washing easy. Now, is it going to take work? Yes. Does this happen just overnight and it's just all of a sudden going to be like voila and there's 100,000? No, you got to take action. You have to get out there and bust tail and take action. Like I was telling you before, a lot of these guys are like, man, I went to the huge convention and it's all about pressure washing and all this great stuff. And you know what? That is great. But what gets you here is not going to get you here. I went to learn SEO. I went to conferences about social media. I've been to conferences about email marketing. I've been to conferences about paid traffic. I've learned different things. As a business owner, it's not all about just, I'm going to go buy a pressure washer and I'm going to go pressure wash. You can do that and you'll make beer money. But if you want to take this to the next level and you want to grow your business, you got to take this serious and you got to do this stuff. So, make sure you're out there doing that. You're upping your game. And does these things cost? Absolutely they cost. But you know what? Can you find this stuff free on Google and YouTube and that? Yeah. Are you going to take it as serious as you paying for it? Probably not. Because when you pay for something, when you take your wallet and you open this wallet up and you get out your money, it hurts a little bit and you'll take it more serious. So, can you find everything out there for free? Absolutely 100%. I could probably give you stuff for free, but if you don't take it to the next level and you don't give you a little pain of opening up that wallet, you're probably not going to take it serious. And you're probably not going to do what you need to do. Because when you open up this wallet, you're going to take action at that point. And this business is about taking action. We got to take action. You have to take action to go from this level to next level. So with that, I'm not going to talk too long here. I want to start taking some questions unless I don't have many questions. So if you have questions, ask them down here. Talking about that, I got a good special coming up. I'm going to do a special for January or for Christmas. It's going to be next week. But if you would like to learn more about my pressure washing stuff, I did get all of the AdWords stuff done. I got about 10 videos, only thing it's about is AdWords. My Google My Business section is set up in there. It's a whole nother thing. I just got all my email sequences that I use for my pressure washing business that I sent I sent out to people, whether they just opened up a request, whether they were, my decline. If they decline me, I have a buddy in Evansville, and he's like, I don't send nothing to my decline. I'm like, you just spent $20, $30 a lead, $50 a lead, and you're just going to let them go bye-bye and not say nothing? I'm like, you got to talk to them, because here's the thing. They might decline you, but then it's like, I'll give you an instance. So I need a garage door. I have an old cistern and I need a garage door in it. And I went on Google My Business in the map section and I tried to find garage door people. And I wanted to do local people so that way, I understand the big guys, but I also want the little guys. I know how to support the little guys, and that's who I would rather support, the little guys versus the huge garage door companies. And I reach out for them quotes too, but you know how many people have reached out to me and said, hey, do you still need that garage door? None. So I still need a garage door. And yes, I got quotes from 3 or 4 people, but nobody has reached out to me. And this ain't even a declined. I haven't even told nobody to go pound salt yet. And they still haven't came back to me and said, hey, give me an email of, hey, do you need it? So you know what I do in my email series is I go, and when somebody says, go pound salt, I say, okay. And a week later, I go in and I say, hey, have you got your garage door done, or have you got your pressure washing done? Is it good for you? And a lot of times they may say, oh, that company he never showed up. And now that you're back in their ear, guess what? You'll get the job. So make sure you're sending emails out. Now, I understand starting out that you're going to need a good CRM or a decent CRM to be able to send these emails out. We use ResponsiBid. ResponsiBid's expensive, and I get that. I get that 100%. ResponsiBid costs $172 a month, $160 a month, and I get that. But if I can close one job that I didn't get before, then it's worth that $160. Because guess what? I'm probably going to close more than one job. I'm going to close 2, 3, 4 jobs, so that way I can do that. So all my sequences, email sequences, are in my marketing section of my membership. You can go check it out, pressurewashhelp.com/membership. I got another thing on here, and if this would be interesting to you, put me a thumbs up or put something in here. And I seen Southeast is on here tonight. If you would be interested in doing a training, it'll be a 2-day training. It'll be kind of for the new person, and there will be stuff for the advanced side of things. And it's going to probably be in Atlanta, and it'll be either in February or March, somewhere around in that area. It'll probably cost $600, $700, $800. And in this training, it's not just going to be good old Jason. There's going to be several people. Cody from Southside will be there as a teacher. You'll have maybe Mean Lean, Aaron with Mean Lean might be there. A couple different people that we're actually talking about collaborating and having a thing in Atlanta. If you would be interested in that, let me know. That way we're kind of in the preliminary of getting it scheduled, and we're kind of putting some feelers out there to see if we can our goal would be 25, 35 people. So that way, we can make sure. And this is about growing your business and growing it to the next level. And I understand that, and that's probably why it might be in February. So that way February is before everybody gets started, especially you Southern Pete folks that can get started in 1st of March. Up here in Cincinnati, we don't always be able to get started that early. So it would be in Atlanta, and it would be something that we are looking at doing for sure. So I'm going to get to some questions here if I can find my live on my computer screen, so that way I don't have to keep reaching up onto my thing. So this is a great time of year that we need to start looking at. In an era of online. That's loud. That we need to start making sure that we are getting ready to start our business on a good foot. So when we do this class we will teach the whole thing of soft washing from the south side of things to downstreaming to whatever we need to do to make this happen. All right, so I'm gonna get going through some of my questions here. I got a bunch of good evenings. The Moss Boss is in the building, so I'm assuming you like to clean the moss. Are you up from up in the West Coast side of things where the moss is like carpet up there? If you had very limited funds, would you start with a soft wash system or a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer? I can't afford them both. So 4 gallon versus soft washing. It just depends what you want to do. If you're not planning on doing roof cleaning, then I would probably go the 4 gallon a minute route. And here's why. If you're planning on doing roof cleaning and house washing, you kind of limit yourself to not being able to do certain jobs. So with a pressure washer, with a 4 gallon a minute cold pressure washer. I understand what you doing there, but what you can do is with the 4 gallon a minute pressure washer, you can do everything you need to do except roof cleaning. You can do deck cleaning, you can do concrete cleaning, you can do pressure washer, everything you need to do. But yes, you can do everything except roofs. If you go the soft wash side, you can't. You can, but you're nuking everything. You can't really do decks with a soft wash system. In concrete, the only way you can do it is you nuke it and hope you don't kill all the grass around it. But I've done some when I was winterizing my house or my unit this year, and I poured some on my driveway, and I got a lot of hickory nut stains. And I mean, it looks okay, but you can see where I've actually pressure washed it, and it looks better. So with that, I would probably go with the 4 gallon a minute, and then you can always. The good thing about the soft wash systems is, if you can build them yourself, you can build them fairly cheap. If not, you'll pay about $2,000. But if you're building it, you can really build one for about $600 to $1,000, depending on how cheap you really want to go with it. You could probably build it even cheaper than that if you don't have hose reels and you just got a pump and that. So, I mean, I would definitely start out with the 4 gallon a minute. You can downstream, you can do all that stuff. You can do decks, you can do everything except roofs at that point. So that's that question. How do you put an ad with your business on top of the organic business listings so you're on top of the list? How do you put an ad with your business on top of organic business listings? So how do you do that? It's called AdWords, and that's how you put your ads up there. AdWords is kind of what I was saying, that I put 10 videos in there all about AdWords. AdWords is a pay per click. So anytime somebody clicks on your ad, you get charged anywhere from $2 to $100. And you say $100 a click? There's some high dollar keywords out there. So, most of the time I can get keywords for anywhere around that $8 to $10 range, because I'm not going for number 1. I'm going for number 2 or number 3. So you got the three on top, and then you got the maps, and then you got the organic SEO. So the 3 on top is, that number 1 keyword is usually anywhere from $20 to $100. Now, it depends on how many people in your market are doing AdWords. So AdWords is something that I have Google Ads running that I'm paying for it, talking about the list of Google organic. Wait a minute, let me see what. I have Google Ads running that I'm paying for. I'm talking about the list organic SEO. Okay, so how to get to the top of organic SEO? You got to play the SEO game. You got to, and it depends. Pressure Wash Cincinnati, I've kind of sealed it up. I've got some competitors that are paying probably $2,000 to $3,000 a month in trying to get SEO up higher. And for certain keywords, they're not budging me at all. And I know they're paying that because I've talked to them. And I've got competitors been around for a long time, and they do not come up high. For pressure washing Cincinnati, that kind of stuff. So, that the way you got to grow that is you're going to have to do backlinks and start trying to get backlinks to your website. And the best way to get backlinks to your website is stay local. If you can find, I'm on the top organic, they are people placing ads on top of me. I don't understand that, because the only place they can place ads is in Google AdWords at that point. And even if they're I know with mobile, it's kind of can be confusing sometimes, because Google will put ads in between the two. So mobile, and that's the thing, you got to make sure your site is mobile friendly. You got to make sure that your site is staying up with all that kind of stuff too. Because if your phone isn't mobile friendly, you're probably not going to get phone calls, and that's just the way it is. You know, when you look at your Google ads and you see that 70% of the people are coming from mobile, nobody sits on a computer anymore. I mean, I sit on a computer very little. It's all about that. So I hope that answered your question, keeping it clean. I know, that's kind of how it is. And even for the new guys, people try to sell SEO, and I mean, it can cost you a lot of money to try to come up in organic. And you got to remember too, Google don't make money. Google don't make money on organic. Google makes money on AdWords. And how do I know that? Because that's how people pay them. And so AdWords is where they make their money. That's why it can take up to 6 swipes before you ever get down to organic on a mobile phone. So, on a mobile phone, you got to make sure that you are getting up there and at the top. And if you don't want to pay a lot of money, the next best thing is go to Google Maps. And Google Maps is a great way to get your business seen. You got the 3 up at the top that they're paying, and then you got the 3 of the Google Maps. And if you can show up in Google Maps, that will help you out a ton, for sure. What up, Deshaun Crawford? All right. Wanted to start pressure washing in the spring. Should I document all the houses on social media? Absolutely. I would push it everywhere you can. Every house you get in, push it everywhere. Put post out about it. Make sure you're putting those pictures in Google My Business. Make sure you're naming those pictures. Make sure you are hammering it hard. Now, don't spam all the groups of, hey, here's pressure washing and all that kind of stuff, But yes, for sure, you give it, make sure that you're going live. Make sure that you're doing all that kind of stuff. When I was growing my business, I had a lot of people that, kind of made fun of me of, there goes Garmin going live again. But you know what? It made me money, And so, I remember, hitting that $5,000 month. I did $5,000 in 1 month. I thought that was awesome, dude. $5,000 in 1 month. And then you hit 10 grand. You're like, holy crap, I just did 10 grand in 1 month. And then the next best one was, I did 10 grand in 1 week. And then I hit $40,000 in a month. And then when we went and we sold the business, we did $100,000 months. And we had several of those. So, can it be done? Absolutely. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. You're not going to do $100,000 in a month and think you're going to be able to start out that way. You got to start out small, and you got to hit it hard and take action. Again, I'm going to say you have to take action and make it happen. All right. What's up, Cincinnati Pressure Tech LLC in the house from the rent collector. What is the coldest temperature you can do roof cleaning in? I always try to do it in about at least 50 degrees. You can do it a little bit colder than that, but you're more likely you're going to have streaks and stuff, or you're going to have to go way strong to be able to get that to work. If you have a hot water unit on your truck, what I've done in the past is, if I'm using 50-50, what I'll do is when I get to the job, I will actually put warm water in my soap and in my SH tank, and that will help clean that stuff better, because that's bringing up the temperature. So, that is something that that you can do to help that out. If you're getting into 40s, sometimes you're at that point that you may have to even put 2 applications. It takes forever for it to dry because it's cold, and so that's the issues you run into. Southeast put, you definitely pay more attention and put things in place if it costs you. Absolutely. When you open this, it makes you think up here a lot more. It makes you take action because you open this. I do the same thing. I pay for a mentorship. All this stuff I'm learning here and how to make marketing stuff and how to make membership stuff, I didn't learn that stuff overnight, and I didn't learn it for free. I paid $2,000 to go to Lexington for a weekend. Plus, I paid $500 a month so I can talk to him so that he can help me grow. And that's why you see me on lives here. That's why I never did lives before. And he's like, go live. So guess what? I'm going live. When I open this, I take action. If I don't open this, I've listened to this guy for 3 years. I never took action. When I open this, guess what? I take action. Guess what happens when you take action? Stuff happens, and it's amazing what happens. So that's why you have to take action. And sometimes it's best to open your wallet to make sure you're taking action. Let's see. After a few jobs with 4 gallon a minute, you will be able to afford a roof pump. Absolutely. That was because, which one can you buy? Absolutely. You do a few jobs and put the money back into it. But again, read Profit First, the book I talk about all the time. Read Profit First, and that way you will learn how to make money and be successful in the long run. Because that's what we want to do is being successful in the long run. Mr. Liberty Power Wash, what is citations? Citations are things that face your Google My Business. So a citation, we need citations when we are trying to grow our Google My Business. And what a citation is it's a NAP, name, address, and phone number. And all these 3 things point at our thing. So Facebook, wherever Facebook is and we start in our business, we're going to make sure our name, address, and phone number there is. Instagram, we're going to make sure our name, address, and phone number. YouTube, anytime we post a video, we're going to put our name, address, and phone number. That's all pasted to our website. And then our citations, well, we can do that. We can buy citations, but don't go to Fiverr and buy thousands of them. We need them to be organic citations. So, I offer a service because I have a place that I use that will manually put these citations in, and that's the best way to do it. We don't ever want to do them, just a blast, and because Google will nail you for it. Google is very smart. Google knows you went to Fiverr and bought 5,000 of them, and Google will shut your stuff down fast. I have Google Ads. Okay, I already answered that one. I'm on top. I answered that one. I'm up in here. Do you think package deals are the best route for business, or do you think in person at different prices and rates are better? Give me, for instance, please. So you're going to use a package whether you go in person or you don't go in person. Packages are something that even if you go in person, you're still going to want to give packages. And I'm assuming, let's see, here's the deal. Can we make rates for each individual person? Can we make rates for a higher end person versus lower end person? Sure, we can. Would I recommend it? No, because a lot of these yahoos talk to each other. Hey, they did my house for that. Why didn't they do your house for that? Or that kind of stuff. Now, have I done it? Absolutely. If I know I'm in north of Cincinnati and it's in Indian Hill, guess what? Their house don't fall into my packages on my website. Because you know why? Their houses are huge. They're 5,000, 10,000 square feet. So they don't fall into that 3,000. All the way up to 3,000 square feet, the prices are all going to be about relative the same. They're not going to be crazy one way or the other. But packages are definitely something you need to do, because the best thing about packages now this is if you're bidding it online. The best thing about packages is they will upsell themselves. You don't even have to sell yourself. You can say package A is $400. Package B is $600. Package C is $1,000. Because here's the great thing. Psychology tells people that some people will always pick the middle package. There's some people that will always pick that high dollar package. no matter what it is. And then there's some people that are just going to pick this package. But this number is not as high as you think it is. It's only like 30 to 40%. Everybody else is going to pick up here. So what happens when we put it up here? Now we've taken our now we have taken our average ticket from $400 to $700 to $900. And is it easier to get to $2,000 a day at $900 jobs, or is it easier to get there with $300 jobs? I'll take two $900 days and call $1,800 and be done with it. So, that is something that is the way that you grow your business. And here's the other thing with packages. When I sold my business, our average ticket was about $585. So guess what? 3 jobs, $1,800. And then some jobs are going to be more, some jobs are going to be less. So a $2,000 day. Before I got off the truck, I was doing $2,000 a day. Every day I was out on there. I did 4 jobs and I did $2,000 a day. Now, when we started hiring employees, that number came down. That number came down to $1,200 to $1,500 a day. And that job, they went from 4 jobs to 3 jobs. And the reason why I did 3 jobs is because a lot of times they would work 8, 9 hours just to get the 3 jobs done, let alone the 4th job and take them another 2 hours, which would be 12, 14 hours. So I just want you to know that that when you're doing your jobs, we want to grow our business. This is the best way to grow our business. And the other thing is when we know how much our average ticket is, then we can forecast. Then we can say, okay, it cost me this much to get a customer. Now, how much do I need to be able to grow my business? All right. It's Mike D. Hello, new channel here. Great info. Thank you. Let's see. Mr. Crawford, I'm listening and learning. Awesome. How is Dodge ProMaster van build going? How do you like it? We used it for that 1 year and I quit using it. We had some pennies sitting up in the ashtray and within a week, they're completely green. So the safety of our employees is one reason why we quit doing it more so than anything. Unless you have it sealed off, all those chemicals are in that van. You're driving around with bleach and and whether you smell it, whether you don't, it's getting in your lungs and it's not good for you. So that was one reason why we quit doing the ProMaster. Now, the ProMaster, we use it for Christmas lights. It's a great Christmas light van. And we use it for this year. All Clean is actually going to use it for Christmas lights, and then they're going to use it as a window cleaning team that will go out just doing windows. So they're going to set it up as a window cleaning van and then a Christmas light van. But in the end, as a pressure washing van, I don't like all those chemicals in there. I mean, like I said, you could feel it in your chest. You would start getting kind of runny nose and crap, and that bleach in there. That bleach is not good for you breathing in 10 hours a day. It's not good for you. I would roll the window down just to it would be freezing cold out, and I'd have the windows down just to try to keep air flowing so that way I wasn't breathing it in. And then I had one employee, he was supposed to be really smart. He went to UK and graduated and got a degree in financing, and he couldn't find a financing job. And he came and he hooked the freaking battery up and it melted the whole battery down. All those fumes were in there. Again, the safety issue of that is the issue that I see. I don't really like the van side of it. Mike Evans, Ben Hill with WNC would be a great add to the Atlanta team. Between you, Cody, and Ben, what a tremendous amount of information. And the thing I love about Ben is he's got some big goals this year. I believe this was his 2nd year, and he did what he did. And next year he's wanting to hit $500,000. And I believe 100% he can do it. He is hitting it hard and going for it. And that's what you got to do. What's he doing? He's taking action. You guys have to take action if you want to grow your business and be successful. Mike Evan wrote again, you get a bit and piece over multiple videos, which can be hard to put together, but to put you all together in the same place with direct plan of action would be great. And, a lot of times, all my membership, I put it all in, kind of here. In my YouTube videos, I got stuff here, there, and everywhere. I'm squirrel on my YouTube videos. And, could you learn everything you needed to know just from my YouTube videos? I've given out enough information that, yes, if you go through all my YouTube videos and you can catch the squirrel going wherever he's been going, you would be able to learn whatever you need to do. And it's with most of these guys. Ben Hill's giving out a ton of information. Cody's giving out information. And, it's just a little here, a little there. And it's like connecting the dots. And I know that's hard sometimes. So that's why I did the membership of all one spot and then just break it down from one to the next. I'm still on the fence with Aaron. I can't tell if he's really smart or really arrogant or maybe both. I don't know. That's squirrel. I'm not going to say here or there on that one. My business is in year 3 with a 4-gallon-a-minute machine. Should I upgrade to 8-gallon-a-minute? Can I use my Honda GX390 motor and just add a bigger pump? I did. I did that for almost 2 years. I had that GX390 with the 8-gallon-a-minute pump. It don't put out a lot of pressure. It will run a surface cleaner, but it's not the best of on your concrete. You will lack a little bit on that, but everything else for deck cleaning and house washing and all that, you'll see a difference between that 4-gallon and 8-gallon. But like I say, you're not going to see a lot of pressure. You could even take that 4-gallon-a-minute pump off and put that 5.5-gallon pump on it, and it'll give you a little bit more pressure than the 8. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can buy a pump for $600-700, $800 I think is for the 8-gallon, unless it's went up a little bit more. I know DJ Brock is selling that 8-gallon-a-minute, 8-gallon-a-minute for $3,500, which that's a steal, and I don't know how long that's going to last. I'd say probably not long, because he's probably not making a whole lot of money off of it. But a 4-gallon-a-minute machine is $4,000. That's a lot of freaking money. Now, if you're working 5 days a week, and it's worth it. If you're working 5 days a week and you're keeping busy, absolutely. But if you're not, then I would, absolutely put that pump on there. Squirrel. Newbie question. How do I not kill plants? Dilution. Water is dilution is the solution, is what I always tell my guys. So with house washing, you really shouldn't kill plants. You can use a lower, I talked to a guy the other day, and so when downstreaming, I would always cut my mix 50%. So I'd be about 5 to 6%, and then I would take that 5 to 6%, and then I downstream it. So I was less than 1% of SH, and I've only killed one time that I killed every freaking plant around the house, and it was like 102 that day. And I don't know if the SH killed it or if the water freaking killed it, because water can kill plants too when it's that freaking hot. And it was at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the day, and it was hotter than Hades. But, so the one guy I talked with, he actually don't dilute at all. He'll do 10%, and this is his theory behind it. Instead of doing 4 house washes a day, he can hit 5 house washes a day by being stronger. But what he has to do is he does have to water. So he'll pre-wet everything, soap it, and then go and then rinse everything. So as long as you are making sure that you are pre-wetting everything and you are soaking everything down and getting a good layer of water in there, because this is the deal. Those plants are thirsty, and they're going to suck in whatever you put on there. So if you just put sodium hypochlorite, it's going to suck that salt right into them. And that salt is what's going to kill those plants. If we fill them with water and they're full, they're not, when you hit that sodium hypochlorite, it's just going to run right off because they're already full. So that water will just run right off, or that sodium hypochlorite will run right off. And as long as we rinse it, then we're good. If we're doing roof cleaning and we're using a stronger mix, you definitely have to pre-wet. You have to, I always tell the guys, because we run 2 guys per truck, I always tell them to water. One guy waters the whole entire time. Don't stop watering. I don't want to see that water hose laying down. You're watering the whole time because dilution is the solution. You know, if we water it down, then we don't have to worry about it killing those plants. But again, make sure you pre-wet and that will take care of your problems. Thomas, I just wanted to personally thank you for your videos. I had a dryer vent cleaning company. Things got slow, so watched your YouTube videos about pressure washing, taught me everything. Like I say, if you go through all my YouTube videos, you'll learn everything you need to know. I've given everything out. I'm gonna be honest. Everything. Now, like I say, you gotta jump from nut to nut to try to get all the information. But if you go through all mine, and between me and Michael Kreisley, the one that is in the beginning of this channel, there's more information than you would ever need to know. Or you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/training, and it's all laid out 1, 2, 3 there. I've redid all my videos for my marketing side of things. I put my email list in there, the whole 9 yards. You have made my business double my income in such a short time. Thank you. That's awesome. But you know what? That's about taking action. You came onto my channel, you watched my videos, you took action, and you doubled your business. That's what you call changing your life. Because if you watch it some more, you'll double again. Because I know you're going to take action. You already took action, and you will take more action. And as long as you keep taking action, you will keep growing and being successful. All right, Dead Man's Party. Why do I always need to do after my houses are hooked up and I have 300 pieces of or you got to use the bathroom, period. I know what you mean. Mine worst was after lunch because the older I'm getting, the more I drink after lunch, the faster it comes out. It seems like the closer I'm getting to that 40, the faster it comes out. Devin, thank you for your videos. Another newbie question is $5,000 enough for a rig? It just depends. If you are going to build it yourself, then yes, $5,000 is going to be enough. If you're going to have somebody make it for you, $5,000 is going to be kind of tight. I don't know anybody out there going to be able to build you something for $5,000. But if you are building it yourself, $5,000 is probably going to be the videos, all my video series on my trailer. By the time I bought my trailer and everything, I'm real close to $5,000. That's not counting all my time in it, but just my trailer to have a 5.5 gallon a minute, the 3 hose reels, the soft wash system, I'm real close to $5,000. I'm probably about $4,800 to $5,000. Jason, we have so many new customers and struggling with find some right CRM software. Need to find an app to follow up my customers. Please help what to use. Well, CRMs are like everything, you know. CRMs, there's good ones, there's bad ones, there's okay ones, then there are clunky ones, there's expensive ones, not so clunky. There's pretty ones that don't do stuff. There's ugly ones that are clunky and didn't do it. It's kind of one of those things that, you know, House Call Pro is one. You know, it's okay. Honestly, until I started having to have 3-4 crews out, I used Responsibid, a lot of it, because the follow-up email series in it is where the gold is. It's not about the bidding or any of that stuff. The gold is in the email marketing. Just because I give somebody an instant bid, that don't mean crap. Because you know why it don't mean crap? Because they had to fill out 25 freaking steps and they didn't fill it out because they got too lazy and they were like, I'm not filling out 25 things. So they left. But I did use it for the email marketing. And basically you could close it and everything. House Call Pro supposedly can do some of your follow-up emails. Who's another one? Service Monsters, okay. I never really had. It seemed like they had bugs and everything too, and you pay $100 for it. Customer Factor don't look pretty at all. It's pretty. It's real kind of. The back end is not pretty at all. It's kind of clunky, so that's why you only pay $30 a month. But it's one of those things of, we use Responsibid and then we use the CRM on top of it. And Responsibid is where the gold is. Responsibid, the email marketing out of Responsibid is gold 100% times over. And if you want to go to pressurewashhelp.com/Responsibid, it'll give me a cup of coffee if you want to try it out and all that kind of stuff. Keeping it clean. We are making around $40,000 to $50,000 a month from March to November. 3-man crew going hard. Was thinking of adding another person. I am on every job we run, 3 machines off of a trailer. What's the next step? Get off the truck. And that is the hardest thing to do. But if you can get off the truck and focus more on your business than in your business, you will grow. But it is the hardest thing you can do. That was the hardest thing for me to do. I'll be honest, that is the hardest thing for me to do. I had to have people tell me, they do 80% of what you can do. And as long as they can do 80%, you're good. You can put all these systems into place. You can do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, as long as they can get 80% of what you do, you're good. And I know that sucks, and I know it. But for you to go from $50,000 to $100,000 a year, you're going to have to get off the truck. It's just a matter of fact. I know I hate to say that, and you probably don't want to hear me say it, because if you're like me, but you just got to remember, you teach these guys, they've been, especially, I got guys that when I sold and they're still there and they do fine without me. They know how to do it all. And just be honest and upfront with them, Don't try to hide stuff. Don't try to do none of that stuff because it don't do no good. It's best to train guys to replace you so that you can go up here and work on this next level things. Because if you are always on the truck, you're never going to grow up no more than what you are. Because even if you had another guy, you still aren't going to be able to grow it to the next level. You got to get off the truck. You get off the truck, then you can focus on marketing, you can focus on sales, you can focus on different things and get your mind to be able to think a little bit freely the other way. Are the guys going to mess up? Absolutely. Can you fix mess ups? Absolutely. Try to get them into systems of this is what you do. Get you some worksheets so that way you can say, this, and this. Are they always going to follow that worksheet? Nope, they're not. I have, one of my best employees at the time did some stupid stuff now, and every time I go ride with him, I'm like, why are you doing that for? You know better than that. He would wash the whole freaking house and never rinse it. And guess what that does? That causes oxidation. You know what I did last year? I went to a customer and I got my butt chewed out because it was oxidized after we were done with it. So guess what we had to do? We had to go fix it because he thought that I don't need to rinse that before it dries. It'll be fine. And guess what it does? It screws up and made oxidation everywhere. So will they do that? Absolutely. So you just got to get off the truck. If you're going to go from $50,000 a month to $100,000 a month, you got to get off the truck. It's just the way it is. And hopefully you got 1 or 2 good lead crewmen to help that happen. And pay them. Here's the deal. You know, a lot of people think that I can go start, a pressure washing business. These guys that are doing that can't wipe their butt half the time. You know, they're not going to go start a pressure washing business. They want the security of you giving them a check. They're not, and I've always thought the same thing. I don't want to teach them everything because they might leave. If they leave, you teach the next guy and you help him grow and you make him where he don't want to leave. It's like that meme goes around that, if you train him, making sure that he don't want to leave. And that's what we want to do. We want to get up our customers and make sure that they don't want to leave, or our employees. And we got to treat our employees just as good as our customers, because our employees are what will make us money in the end. All right. Your thoughts, truck rig or trailer rig? Well, if you can back a trailer up, then that's fine. But honestly, I like the truck rigs. We can get up into places that you can't get a trailer. You can't back out trailers all the time. You got this big luggy trailer. I'd much rather have a flatbed or a skid-in unit all day long over a trailer unit. Can a trailer unit, or will a trailer work easier? Yes, because you got a lot more space. But on a truck, it's just a lot better. Especially if you got employees, they will wreck it if you don't. Jason, you've seen me post before, Benjamin Banker, through your videos along the many others. We were able to surpass $150,000 this year. This was our first full year of washing. Wanted to say thank you. I love this because you know what? What I say is exactly what I'm reading right here. You can make $150,000 a year pressure washing in its first year. That is freaking amazing. I would love to be able to get you on a live with me sometime, and so that we can talk through this stuff. If you would like to do that, let me know. But that is amazing. And how did he do it? He took action. He learned and he took action. You have to learn and take action to be able to go from here to here, or from start to $150,000 in his first year. That is freaking amazing. If you think that's amazing, give me a thumbs up or tell me that that's amazing. What's the most effective marketing? The most effective marketing, I'm going to say AdWords was the most effective avenue to be able to grow my business. Is that the most effective, the cheapest? Nope, it's not. Is that the most, sexy? Nope, it's not. But that is how I was able to scale my business to do $1 million. And when we sold it, it went down, and that is amazing. Then we got it right back up to $1 million this year. And it's all through AdWords. Steve Adams, been watching this video and have commented before. We've slowly started and love watching these videos to help us grow and improve. We're not in the big area, but love the results. And that's the deal, dudes. Like I've said, I got a buddy that's in the BFE, Connorsville, Indiana, middle of nowhere. Jeremy is his name. And he did $130,000, $140,000 this year. He made in his pocket over $100,000. And this is Timbuktu, nowhere. He's probably 40 minutes from any major city, any like Cincinnati, Dayton, Indianapolis. He's not nowhere near any of those big ones. He's in the middle of all these little ones, and that's what he's done. And that's how you're able to do that. So how can I make different packages? Just make different packages, dude. You're just gonna do different things. So, if they want a roof clean, then so roof clean would be the roof. The next package would be the house washing, and then the next package is window cleaning, exterior window cleaning. If we're gonna do house washing, we're gonna do house washing. We're gonna do shoot, I've lost my train of thought. We're gonna do exterior window cleaning, or we might do concrete clean. And that's, if they have a deck, we'll add a deck. Benjamin Baker, I'm absolutely all in. Would be more than willing to do a live with you. It's all to you. Thanks you and other videos. Self-trained through YouTube. And here we are with over a $200,000 schedule for 2020. Blow it up, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely blow it up. I'm signing off. Thank you again, brother Tom from New Jersey. Oh, you big time. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Absolutely. You guys too. I know you're located in Kentucky, and I'm sure I am in your area. Ha ha ha. Maybe. I don't do pressure washing. I just do pressure training. I do. Actually, I've met most of my competitors around here since I've sold the business. They've all bought me lunch, wanting to know stuff. Training, absolutely. I am going to do. I'm going to do the one with Southeast. We are going to do that. That'll probably happen in February, and I will probably do training here around either the first or last, probably toward the end of March, because March could be a kind of an iffy month around here. You can either have really good weather, you can have really crappy weather. So I'm gonna probably push it toward the end of March, so that way I got a better chance of being able to get it done training. But I will be doing a training in Kentucky also for new people. So I do plan on doing that also. But like I say, it is one of those things that I'll probably push it toward there. All right. Power washing. I'm looking to get into professional power washing. I have a 4,200 PSI, 4-gallon a minute trailer with 300-gallon tank in Houston, Texas. How should I go about getting started? I'm assuming I would take pressurewashhelp.com/training and get the $99 package for the Voxer with me and take all my training, and I'll help you through it if you got all that. If you want to come to Kentucky in the spring, then I can teach you all of what you need to do there. I actually had a guy from Josh. Sometimes he gets on here. Last year I had people in August all come all over the country to hear. And even after he took all my training, he still came here to learn how to do it, just to get the hands-on side of things. Because that's the thing that I offer in my training. When you come to a pressure wash help training, you, the student, get to wash the house. I've heard from other people take other classes that they never even got to touch the gun. They just watch somebody pressure wash a house. When you take my training, I touch the gun just enough to show it, and I let you at it. I do not sit there and show you at the whole thing, because me using the gun don't make you learn. And that is why I want to make sure that you are learning, and that is the biggest thing. It seems one rig can make up to 250. What's the typical net on that? Obviously, it depends on multiple businesses, variable, but overall, 40,000 foot view. What's the percentage net in the industry? So one truck can do 250 to 200 to 250, depending on your area. It just depends, If you stay on the truck and you only have a helper, you can bring in pretty much money. If you have to pay labor and you have to pay payroll and all the other BS that goes along with having employees, then you're not, you'll make decent. You'll probably come out, depending on if you have one or two people on that truck. So there's a lot of variables in that. So, you're kind of looking at the variables. And when you start having employees, then you're probably going to start paying more for marketing to keep that truck up. So, it's just more money in, more money out. So if you're just doing it yourself, like I was telling you about Jeremy, then that's a whole different ballgame. Then you're making a whole lot more money on keeping it in yourself. Let's see. What's this one here? Can I be your project manager. I have great skills, you prick. I don't even know who that is. It was a great class. Thanks. When you're using a belt-driven pump, is that sucking water from feed or a buffer tank? Yes, both. You can either, depending on how big it is, Lester. If you're above 5.5 gallons, if you're at 5.5 gallons or lower, you can usually use your feed from the house. If you're above 5.5 gallons, you're probably going to need to use a buffer tank just to keep up with it. Jeremy, 300-gallon tank. Holy cow! I must have missed something up there. Oh, here it is. I'm looking to get into 300-gallon tank. Yeah, you don't need a 300-gallon tank. I actually got a video that's coming out about that because I love buffer tanks. Everybody, whoever knows me knows that I love buffer tanks. And the bigger you got them, the better I love them, just because I can make fun of it more. People think you need all these big buffer tanks. You don't need a big buffer tank. You know, you can get away with 50, 60 gallons. And then they say, well, what if I don't have enough water to run it? Well, unless you're carrying that 500 gallons of water to the house with you, it's going to take you longer to do a house wash than it will me with a little buffer tank. It's all in the, you got a big buffer tank. It takes this, just to get it up this much, it'll take 25 gallons. Well, if my buffer tank's only 25 gallons, it's going to fill the whole freaking thing up, and I can pressure wash all day long at that point. I do have a video coming out about that. Thanks. How do I get info to go to that training? The best way to do it is sign up into my, I send out emails. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/sign up. And that will put you into my email chain. And then whatever I hear from, for the one for the Southeast with, the collaboration one in Atlanta, it'll be out on all of our channels. So if it's that one or if it's mine, then that'll be the best way to do it. So if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/sign up, sign up to my, my email, so then that way I will keep you up to date. And I will also let you know when I go live and stuff. And then I'll give out information, just bits and chunks of you there too. I have a business, work with 2 ways, complain that the windows aren't spotless after soft washing, but they refuse to pay for window cleaning. They feel window cleaning should be included. And you go tell them to pound salt is what you tell them to do. I hate people like that. That is the worst. They want to complain because there's spots on the window and you didn't get them clean because they didn't want to pay the $150 to have the exterior window cleaned. So guess what? Go suck a nut. Because here's the deal about it. And sometimes, even if you do the outside and the inside dirty, then they'll call you because they got dirty windows. And then it's on the inside and you'd already cleaned the outside. So you're running around that squirrel again. Do you provide special attention for people while educating? Maybe. Hi, Jason. How can I promote my company on web? It's a good idea by throwing it or mailing. Promote my company on the web. It's good idea by throwing it or mailing. You're talking about throwing garbage in people's yards. I'd rather much do mailers if you're going to do that. Building Wash NC, what's up? What's up? If Mike Evans, if it's just me, no employee, what net would you say is reasonably achievable? I think 200,000. If it's even 200, 250, if you got the area to get it, 100%. And you're going to make, you're not going to have that much in cost. You're going to have a little bit of a way to get rid of money is what you're going to end up having to do. A good CPA to make sure you're not paying a buku loads of taxes. So that is kind of the, one of those things that, yes, it's great making money, but then again, it sucks because now you've made money and you need to um, get rid of some of it. So, like I say, Jeremy, he did, when I talked to him, he was right at about 100. And he'd only made like 125, so he had $25,000 in cost out of $100,000, or out of 125,000. So, you're kind of in that spot where you got to be careful of making too much money, and then you're going to have to make sure your taxes are there. Amen. I just signed a contract with a plantation and have to haul water about a quarter mile through the woods to clean fences and small horse barns. Had to get a large water tank for that. And that's fine. If you got to, you can put that on a different trailer. I put it on a different trailer and put my 7-gallon a minute and filled it that way, and kept it going that way. Or, the other thing I've done is get a lot of hoses, but that's probably too much. But, the best thing, if you can fill up, the best way to fill that 525 gallons is if you can hook to a hydrant or something. So that way it's fast. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting forever for that stupid thing to fill up. And just put it on the back of a trailer and go with it. What up, Stephen Dale? I hate large buffer tanks, but need a huge tank to haul water to clean those fences. Here's the other thing you can do too, dude. Like I said earlier in here, I don't know if you were in there, when we were at the airport doing one, we actually got a water truck that he didn't charge that much, and he hauled like 2,000 gallons or 1,500 gallons and brought them to us. And then he would fill up our 2 tanks, and then he would fill us all up, and then he would do it. And he would only cost us like $100 per 1,500 gallons. So that was another option that I would look at. So that way you can keep moving fast. The other thing I would probably do too for you, I would probably go strong on my chemicals, so that way you're not sitting there waiting. If you're downstreaming on a vinyl fence, I'm assuming, if that's what it is, I would probably go straight, just so that way it cleans it off there, and then that way we're not using a whole lot of water, to make sure that we are not overusing too much water. Thoughts on trading services for yard sign placement? Good, bad. How should the trade be structured? Length of sign placement? Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just ask if you can do it, and if they don't want you to just put your sign there, I wouldn't do nothing for free or that kind of stuff. Yard signs, we would go down the main drags and spit them out everywhere. That way we could make sure that, because you never know where the best placement of the yard sign is going to be. It could be in somebody's yard, or it might be at a stop sign, I had one at a McDonald's, coming right outside of a McDonald's at a stoplight, and that sucker got me, I bet, 25 jobs. Just because they were eating their food and sitting there. And I had several of them, they'd take a picture of it, and I knew exactly right where it was at. And they're like, yep, I took the picture of it, and that's how I got to use your service there. All right, guys. So I've been at this for an hour and 10 minutes almost. Next week, I'm going to come up. I got a pretty good offer. I got to get it all set up on the back end on my side. I will do that. MyPressureWashingHelp.com/training. Go check it out. Like I say, this week if you sign up, but next week if you sign up, I'm going to give a pretty good discount if you sign up for the year. And that way you will be able to grow your business next year. And this is a great time to start thinking about being serious of, sitting down and adding. And here's the deal with my content in my classes. I'm adding stuff every day. I've been putting a lot in there. Like I said, I got all my AdWords stuff done. I know I got a video series on YouTube, but it sucks, that does, because it's all laggy and stuff. This is all, I just got it filmed. It looks good. It's not laggy. It's not none of that crap. I finally figured out how to use that computer thing, And so it's not laggy. It looks good. I go step by step. I show you all my negative keywords are in there. So, I have over 450 negative keywords all just in there. So that is something that is in that course. So that is something that you will be able to use and put into your negative keywords into your AdWords. I'm going to put some ads in there, all different kinds of things. So go check it out. Next week, I am going to have a discount for the year program. It's going to be a fairly deep discount, so check that out. Again, let me see. I think did I say, thanks for your time. We'll appreciate your help. Yep. Thoughts on pump? I hear Delvin and like last maybe a matter that honestly on pumps they're one of you can buy the 5.5. I know they were having issues with the 7s. You can use the 5s. It's just one of those things. But I've used the 7s a lot. The 7 gallons a minute. It's just what it is. Some last longer than others. The biggest thing is keeping them cleaned out. That's the main objective. But with that being said, this week, I know it's going to be crazy. My daughter just reminded me that tomorrow we're only 9 days away from Christmas. So go out there and get your wife a nice Christmas present, especially you guys that made over $100,000 this year just in pressure washing. That's crazy and amazing. I love hearing these stories like that you learned and you took action and you made it happen. And that's what you have to do. You have to learn and you have to take action and make it happen. And because it's not going to just happen by itself. It's not going to do it. I can't make you make it happen. If you don't go out there and do it, then nobody is going to go out there and do it. You have to take action. Southeast, he did over $200,000 this year just in soft washing. 200 in 2 years he did that. You can do, and with one truck, it ain't even like he's got 2-3 trucks. You can do it too, and I know you can do it. And you just got to take action, and you have to be willing to do the hard things. It's not all going to be easy. Entrepreneurship is like this. You have ups and downs. You have great days, and you have days you're like, crap, how am I going to pay the freaking rent? And then the other days I got more money that I don't know what to do with. Entrepreneurship is the craziest road you'll ever ride on. And it's the best thing you'll ever do, especially if you are made out for it. So, entrepreneurship will eat the ones that aren't strong enough and spit them right out. If you're not willing to take a little risk, you're not going to make no gain at that point. You're going to have to take a little risk to be able to gain a little bit. And then we can take some more risk and we can gain some more. And it's what it's all about. So if you've liked this video, please hit the like button. If you want to know when I'm coming live again, you can either go to pressurewashhelp.com/sign up, or you can go to the little gear and hit it. That's not going to be 100%. But again, have a Merry Christmas. I will be back on next Sunday at 9 o'clock again. Right before Christmas. I'm going to have a great Christmas plan to be able to join my membership if you want. So if you want to wait till then, that's fine. But again, have a Merry Christmas. If you don't see you next week, make sure you take care of your loved ones. This is a tough time of year for people sometimes. And so we got to make sure we take care of those people. And that is what it is. So I missed it again. Dang, Merry Christmas. Well, you can watch it when I'm over here. And it's about done here shortly. So hope you all have a great year. Make 2020 the best year that we can. And I'll see you next week.